I feel like a lot of people can agree with me on this one when I say IRL streaming is definitely top tier for a lot of reasons. You get to see different settings you're not really used to, you get to see different interactions and all that. On top of that, you just get to see the pure amount of bullshit that happens during these streams. Like, don't get me wrong, some people do like some really cool stuff when they do the IRL streams and like go all these like cool places and all that. Like, that sound good. But for me, I'm purposely only there to see the like mayhem, like the Tekken combos thrown in bowling alleys, like the shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for just strictly that. Ever since like what, a year ago, not that many people were onto that wave, and now a lot of people are doing it, and it's just evolved in a good chaotic way where I could just see people bug out over the littlest things ever. Like, I'm talking about like taking your like snacks and like seeing someone get thrown through a table. Like, it's just top tier. And mainly like any streaming platform, I'll mainly see it on Kick, and obviously enough Kick is a lot less strict with rules than like Twitch or YouTube, but I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining. I don't think a lot of other people complain either. This really does pull in the views for people. It does. And ultimately enough, I've seen a lot of situations where something will happen and it just goes to the moon. I'm talking about like viral, like people want to see more crash outs. I'm people, but just for like a quick second, let's take away from the like crash out aspect of the IRL streams. Let's talk about like the other cool stuff. It's just different, and ultimately enough, it's like a good type of different, because like I said earlier, you don't really see a lot of people like going out into the actual world. You just really see them in their room posted up, staring at the screen, reading off donations that they're really not gonna care about. And ultimately enough, you know, it's really not all that entertaining for most people unless they make it entertaining. So this was like a new wave that I felt like kind of did really spice up things a year or so ago, and it's really just kind of continued. And since then, people just kind of done their own thing with it, like either doing boxing events or really just doing some IRL or just doing some random dumb shit. Either way, like whatever your type of thing is to watch, there's someone for everyone. So now that we took our quick break to talk about, you know, the normal stuff of it, let's get back to the, you know, entertaining stuff, which I like to call the smackdowns that happen live on cam. Yes, I'm talking about full-on brawls in the street, no one really caring what happens. And yes, I know some of it may or may not be scripted. I think that's kind of obvious which ones are, which ones aren't at this point. But either way, best believe people are still gonna tune in and want to see someone get knocked out through a piece of drywall, regardless of the fact. FouseyTube, I don't really gotta explain to y'all about FouseyTube. Y'all know about him. Y'all know about the whole G7 kick deal subathon for like that whole month active. People were tuned in every day because there was dumb shit happening every day. And best believe the biggest grand finale for that was him getting arrested tweaking on the phone. And I know that was very controversial during that entire month. Like, he was like doing that entire subathon. Best believe though, he was everywhere. I'm talking about like during that month, I see my For You page every day, or one of the top streamers with the most viewers who may or may not have been bots. We're not gonna talk about that though. During that month, like, you get what I'm trying to say. People like seeing the chaotic shit now. Most people do. I'm people. Like I said earlier, I am people. But you get what I'm trying to say. That's just the type of stuff that most people do like to see because it's entertaining to them. I think the next prime example I want to use for this is Neon. I don't really gotta explain too much about Neon. Y'all know who he is. Y'all know what he's about. Basically just a troll. Now, I'm not gonna necessarily say he's like a crash out, but the people around him more are. And obviously now viewers at home are gonna know that, and they're gonna see those people tend to tweak out on stream because they're around him. Not to say Neon doesn't have fans here and there, probably, again, which ones that aren't the bots, but you know, that does gravitate people, kind of be like, yo, he's on stream, oh, I want to see him get into a fight with a brick wall or some shit like that. Like, you see, it's a method, it's a science behind it. You just really gotta do your homework on it a little bit. Now, my last and final example for this is Jack Doherty. Yes, I'm talking about Jack Dr. Phil Doherty. There's a lot for me to say about this, but I'm not gonna keep out here for mad long for me to explain all of it. That might just be its own separate video sometime soon, probably. But yeah, basically, he is just, yeah, I really don't know how to put it into words. It's just like, he hangs around, you know, like Heel Mike, the Island Boys, random OF bitches who, like, you know, fiend for you, subs them over Twitter, but you don't end up subbing, you see free previews. Yeah, it's like those type of people. Now, that's like Crash Out Central, like Crash Out Hall of Fame. Like, yes, he is there because it's kind of hard to, it's not hard to explain. He will get himself into a lot of dumb shit. The thing is though, he will hide behind security and then act like he didn't do anything wrong and then start pleading the fifth and all that. Yeah, we don't do that on this side, bro. We don't do that on this side. Now, this is just like a long streak of people not really fucking with him just because he just really is just weird in all aspects. And it's like, people know he's weird, he hangs around weird people, but those weird people tend to tweak the fuck out. So ultimately enough, if he does a stream outside, 9 times out of 10, those people will be getting into some shit they're gonna watch, laugh at, most likely clip, and put somewhere out there. And either way, if that's like free promo for him or anyone else that does that, yeah, that's cool and all, but I just seen someone get put through a table. So like, it's a win-win situation though, if that makes sense. Another thing I want to point out is a lot of these streamers do not have a humiliation radar with themselves. Like, I'm talking about, they'll put themselves through the most embarrassing shit and not care. Like, I get it, it's for content, but it just sounds like, you know, degrading and not have enough respect for yourself. And my final thoughts on this for today is IRL streaming brings a lot of joy to those who watch it. Whether it be you just want to see something different, or you want to see people in a Mortal Kombat match for who knows how long. I'm picking the Mortal Kombat match. I'm trying to see combos, I'm trying to see power moves, spirit bombs, all that. And ultimately enough, it just brings peace to the world. Because if there wasn't any chaos during streams like that, then things would just be too calm. And I'm not here for all that. But I think that's about it for today. Next time I'm gonna talk about how going to the movies is a little bit overrated now. I'm not gonna go too much into it now. I'm gonna just save it for the next video. I do hope y'all enjoyed this one. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Peace.